already know, man. It's Deion Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Real Deal Sports Show every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Beat 105.5. Also, check out the podcast on YouTube. Like us, subscribe to the show each week because we're broadcasting live from the Advantage Federal Credit Union studios each and every Saturday morning here on the Beat 105.5. Check us out each week here on 105.5. And let me tell you right now, hey, the football season never ends. We got a lot of sports of all sorts that we're talking about, and we're going to hit the NFL, the combines, a lot of action there. Shakir Sanders showed up yesterday talking his talk. You know he's going to be ready to walk the walk when the draft comes, and which team he falls to, somebody better pick him up. Tennessee Titans, I don't know what you're going to do at number one. Y'all talking about going with Travis Hunter. You may not go with a quarterback. We know good and well Lyle Lovett or Lyle Levis is not the answer. That guy's a turnover machine. We know he doesn't belong in the National Football League. So you got a big decision at number one, Tennessee Titans. I'm very interested to see what the Giants are going to do. Are they going to move up and go after Shakir Sanders or the Raiders? Raiders would be a good fit for him as well. And Cam Ward. Now they're trying to dispel both these guys, Cam Ward from the University of Miami, Shakir Sanders coming from the University of Colorado. These guys aren't franchise-type quarterbacks. Well, guess what? They are franchise-type quarterbacks just from their body of work that they've used in college football. These two young men, and they carry themselves very professional. I like how they carry themselves as well. These guys have done everything. They've done the right thing. So let's see when draft day comes in late April, who's going to be the one that's going to say, hey, we need a franchise quarterback. I would not be surprised to see the Raiders make a move, the Giants make a move to get up there. The Giants are already in the top three, so they should get one of these quarterbacks. Tennessee Titans, if you guys, yesterday they started talking about Aaron Rodgers. I said, oh, boy, here we go again. Stop. I'm so sick of Aaron Rodgers. He's been done for the last 5 years. Aaron Rodgers is not an NFL quarterback anymore. He can't move. He can't get around. Who want to waste time giving this guy an opportunity? He done had all the opportunities he can get. He blew up in New York. See what he did to the Jets, a team that was favored to win the division. People forget the Buffalo Bills were not the favorite. A lot of people like the Jets last year as being the new winner of the AFC East last season. And Aaron Rodgers just blew that team up. Horrible play, bad attitude, dissension all over the locker room. So I'm sick and tired of hearing his name. We don't need to hear his name any longer, really, for coming in, being a quarterback on the National Football League team. Let's see what some of these other quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, where's Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold going to land somewhere with a nice contract, maybe back in Minnesota. I don't see why Minnesota would just go ahead and sign him because you got a rookie quarterback coming off a major knee surgery. You don't know how he's going to react to that, and he's a rookie. Sam Darnold gave you a good body of work. Maybe sign him to not a franchise tag, nothing like that, but give him a nice pay increase. Keep the rookie. You got the rookie quarterback there. Hopefully he can learn a little more, and maybe who knows, he might be able to get in and play this season and be able to show the Minnesota Vikings. But why gamble when you already have a proven veteran that this showed you last season he can play? He fell apart at the end there, the last 2 games of the season, but this guy can play football. He showed you he can play. He's much better than the Sam Darnold that was with the New York Jets previously. And let's see what's going to happen with the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be an intriguing camp coming up. And there's a plethora of running backs available in this upcoming draft. So James Cook wanting $15 million. All right, James. If I'm the Bills, it's time to let him go. He's got good value. Let's see if you can get some trade for him. Put James Cook in a trade, get you some more draft picks, or get you a veteran player at a different position, maybe at the D. How about the safety? How about getting in a safety? I like Justin Reed from Kansas City Chiefs, and I like Justin Simmons, who was previously with the Atlanta Falcons. I would bring those two guys in and sign both of those as free agents to be my starting safeties next season. The Bills need 2 seasoned veteran guys, just like when they brought – same thing they did 7, 8 years ago when they brought Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer in at the same time. Those guys came in together. Bring in 2 veteran guys, 2 veteran free agents like you did with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Bring these 2 guys in and have them as your starting safety. So when you get into the draft, you can get into other positions like a big defensive tackle. And how about a linebacker, bigger linebacker to help out? Because Terrell Bernard is not the answer at your linebacker position. The guy's he's a gamer, good player, good ball hawk, but man, he gets run over way too much. We had Greg Cosell on. I totally disagree with Greg Cosell. Talking about, the guy can play. Yeah, he can play, but he just gets injured because he's just too small at that linebacker position. And he's a guy that you could be training retrain him at a safety position to see if he can play at the back end, because he's quick. He can get to the ball. He can make plays and make things happen on the back end of the football field. And as we continue on with talking the Combine, Challenger Community News, Western U.S. largest weekly African-American newspaper. Check out the Challenger this week, February 27th edition. Hey, I hope you boycotted yesterday. I sure did. The Rad Man sure did. I didn't buy anything at any of those box stores, any place. I did business in the community like I usually do. I still do business in the community on a regular basis. That's just how I am and how I've always was raised, right, to do business with our people and do business in the community. So I hope you took advantage of that 24-hour nationwide economic blackout. Al Sharpton and the crew announced that quite a while ago, and it took place yesterday. Also, the state's highest court issues landmark ruling regarding Rochester police misconduct. That's a very nice article in this week's Challenger Community News. Also, Morehouse Glee Club coming to perform in Rochester. They'll be here on the 12th of March. Check that out in Challenger. They'll be here Wednesday, March 12th at this Asbury First United Methodist Church. Check that out in the full article in this week's Challenger Community News. The city to host the Men on the Move Workforce Development Workshop. Learn all about that in this week's Challenger. Also, health and fitness. Hey, it's time to stay healthy and stay fit. You know what time it is? Hey, it's also the beginning of Ramadan. Ramadan season is starting, so they got fasting coming up. Learn all about that and learn about what's going on health and fitness-wise for you in the community to help you stay healthy and fit. The Black Wellness Provider Directory has officially landed. You got Black Wellness Provider Directory that just came out. Check that out in the Health Matters. The Health Matters is one of my favorite, and a lot of people, especially women, love the Health Matters section of Challenger Community News. So check that out. Check it out this week, each and every week in Challenger Community News, Western New York's largest weekly African-American newspaper. Check us out each week in Challenger Community News. Can't go wrong with that each week, reading the paper and finding out what's going on in the community. But last but not least, on the Combine, back to the Combine. Thank our sponsor, Challenger Community News. But with the Combines happening, check out the running backs, defensive backs. The Bills need some defensive backs. I think Bensford, they're going to sign Bensford. They signed Khalil Shakir this week. Khalil Shakir just signed to a nice contract. We just signed Khalil, which is one step in the right direction. Excellent move by Brandon Bean, signing him to roughly, we don't know what the signing bonus is, roughly around $60 million contract to Khalil Shakir. He deserves it. Welcome back, Khalil Shakir, because that guy plays his heart out. He gives you 1,000% week in and week out. But let's see what else they're going to sign. Who else they're going to sign? I think Bensford will get a new contract. I think Rasul Douglas will be on the out. I don't think they'll re-sign Rasul Douglas. I think they may go in the draft with some defensive backs and also and see what Cole Bishop can do. They may even draft another safety if a quality safety is available in this draft. You may see that in the later rounds coming up as well. So if you're watching the Combine, check out the defensive backs, the defensive linemen. See what these defensive linemen are about. The Bills got run over an awful lot, so don't be surprised to see the Bills pick up a defensive lineman in their first round. And we'll talk more about the Combine at a later date. We're going to talk sports of all sorts. Hey, let's talk about Steve Smith from the Carolina Panthers, former Carolina Panthers, now on the NFL Network, played for a few teams after he retired. People, don't use your phones. Allegedly using his phone, taking pictures of his body parts and sending them out to a married female, and her husband got a hold of her phone and put the phone, and then went online and called Steve Smith up on the phone. How embarrassing is that to have somebody else's husband call you up and then tape it and put it on social media like that? So, it's just ridiculous. You think you learn, hey, these phones aren't used to take pictures of your body parts and send them out to other people. That's I think Steve Smith hopefully learned his lesson from this allegedly incident that that's been reported exclusively on social media, and have him on answering the phone and talking to the man about what took place with his wife and things of that nature. So, hey, people, I don't know if you check us out. Let us know what your thoughts on the line there on our check-in line on YouTube and Facebook. Check us out and see what's happening there. Let's see. Hey, we got the Fanatic. Let's get the Fanatic in here. Fanatic, can you tell us what about these body parts being photographed, man? What's up with that?
What's going on, Real Deal Sports Show family, man? Hey, always good to be here. Rad man, BacSpin, what it do, man? What's going on, everybody? Rochester, stand up, 585. Love my home city, man. But yeah, the combine, all right. I guess we'll come back. And then, but the Steve Smith piece, that is, you talk about the body part. I'm talking about this is what's now. I'm the old man. Get off my lawn. Hey, I'm that old, but I'm the old man. Is what happened to men? Why? What happened to men? To me, why is one man calling another man about what he done, and he just trying to get him to admit, and he just so mad that he is going to just tape him and then put it out there. To me, I ain't worried about the body part. Hey, man. People do what they do, and if you put your stuff out there, it can be seen by everybody, man. You think it's going to one person, it can go to people, it can go to your employer. You need to think twice about doing that. I agree with you on that, yes. But I'm talking about where's the men, where's the dignity, man, to say I'm calling another man in terms of almost begging him to cop to it, which we don't know. Allegedly, that was Steve Smith. There wasn't much voice on the recording. My point is, I need to talk to my woman. I ain't talking to she don't owe. He to me, the guy who started all this, he seemed to be the one to be a little out of sorts. And I can imagine if that happened, man, it probably tear your whole world up. You just start acting and just doing stuff. Don't know what to do. Just going. But to me, he need to talk to his wife and what's going on. Steve Smith, yeah, he married. He got his own stuff. He got to report to his wife. And their 4 kids, they got to figure that out. But to me, as a man, he needed to worry about his own house and figure that out. I just thought that was a little simp, as our kids say today, a little simp moment where he calling Steve allegedly and hoping that he will cop to doing what he thinks he's doing. That's how I see it, Rad, man. What do you think, Rad? You think he should have took the approach of talking to the alleged a cheater and that sort of thing?
Well, obviously, he definitely needed to talk to his wife first, and then also, I think he wanted to embarrass Steve Smith, especially since it was a known player that a lot of people know of or heard of, and so forth. So I think that's why he probably put it out there on blast and called him up on the phone and had it on social media like that. I think that's probably, if it was everyday other person that people didn't know, I doubt if that would have went down in that fashion. But,
okay, that's a good point. But to me, and that's why I think if he was trying to do that, he looked worse for that. He looked more like a simp for trying to do that, to me. So maybe other people see it otherwise, but nah, he sounded like a real simp to me.
If you know, let us know your comments. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook at Real Deal Sports Show. It costs you nothing, but means everything to us. So please subscribe to the show on YouTube. If you're on Facebook watching, check in Shakir. I see you out there listening, Shakir. Let us know what you think about that situation. Is the guy at fault for contacting Steve Smith and putting him on blast? Or did he put his woman on blast regarding that situation of her and them having, it looked like they had sexual relations and things of that nature as well, according to the conversation there, going with the man's wife. Was the guy wrong for putting him up? I said, well, I guess when that comes out, anything goes kind of Fanatic in that situation. The guy said he's so mad, he's going to let everybody know what's going on in that situation for sure.
Yeah, I can see that, Rabbit. Yeah, Rabbit. That's a good thing. To me, let's just say we hope that both families can be mended. Hopefully, everything will be all right, because that's not a fun situation to be in. But I can hear you. If you saying, hey, you going as the old wrestling term would say, you going no holds bar. Everything goes. Rabbit, in terms of everything goes match. All right, I hear you on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And remember, our advertisers, Rock Pawnbrokers, 559 State Street, 585-262-9920. Give them a call. Better yet, stop on by, ask them about Wear Away, about that Wear Away program. They got that brand new Wear Away. You get to wear it away from the store when you stop in at 559 State Street. If it's jewelry, whatever the case may be, check them out. Sammy and the whole crew over there, they'll make sure everything's right over there at Rock Pawnbrokers, 559 State Street. Area code 585-262-9920. Give them a call and stop on through. Ask them about Wear Away. Also, Deal or No Deal is still in fashion. Stop on through and check out Deal or No Deal, or even better, Wear Away program. Check it out, all at Rock Pawnbrokers. Here we go, Fanatic. Sounds pretty good.
Yes, sir. Sammy and the crew, baby, they always take care of you. They take care of me. They take care of the people, man.
Absolutely. And what do you think of the Buffalo Bills? People have been asking me about the Bills taking pictures with the orange man at the golf course. I mean, you got one retired guy that never did a damn thing for the Bills, Tommy Doyle. They acting like he's somebody. He retired. Man, you retired, man, because you were hurt all the time. You really, come on, man. Really? You announcing your retirement? Cool, announce your retirement. But then you come on here with your mega hat, standing out there at the golf course with your boys, Spencer Brown. And to me, besides Spencer Brown, Vandermark, he come on, man. That's a backup right there, Vandermark. And then you got Dalton Kincaid. Well, Dalton Kincaid, starting tight end. Last time we saw Dalton Kincaid on the football field, he was dropping a fourth down pass that could have kept the drive alive and could have had the Bills have an opportunity to move on in that championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs. And lo and behold, the next time we see him is up there with the orange man with a golf club in his hand. Fanatic, your take on this cat?
Yeah. So to me, hey, everybody, whoever I voted for or you voted for or people voted for, as long as you go out and vote, and obviously there's certain ways, just wish that we could bring the country more together than separated. That's just my personal belief on that. But hey, I love the old Dr. Maya Angelou quote. When people tell you who they are, believe them. Just believe them. So now we know. It ain't no hiding cool. He down with the orange man, as you call him. Tickles my
the
soul.
Orange man. I don't even say the man's name, man. That's the orange man. Up there, should have got punched in the face yesterday. Man, if he put his finger in my face like that yesterday to that man, I was like, yo, man, hold up, man. We're on TV. Who you talking to like that, man?
Yeah.
Finger in my face, man. The furniture would have got moved yesterday, Fanatic, man. That furniture up there, that old antique furniture in the Oval Office, it would have got turned. You would have saw the legs up in the air, man. Open a can of whoop ass on that cat, man. How you gonna put your finger in my face and tell me, man, what you gonna do? He sound like he Ric Flair or somebody. You gonna whoop my ass? Hold up, man. You all in front of these cameras talking about what you gonna do to me? Yeah. Hold up, man. Wait a minute. Man, that was too strong of a message, man, and very embarrassing for the American people to have Ric Flair running the country, man, just blowing up, talking about, man, what he gonna do, and man. It's funny what he said about a deck of cards. Man, you ain't got this is a card game. You got a deck, man. You ain't got a card in this card game. My man said, but we ain't playing cards, man. I like what he said. He said, we ain't playing cards, man. He said, man, what the hell are you talking about?
That was a little comical. And I kept thinking I'm gonna keep going with you on this one. The orange man, the current president, he think he Macho Man Randy Savage, man. He look like, or the Ultimate Warrior. Oh no, Randy Macho Man. He would go wild on him. He was ready to go wild on him. So it was that was a little wild, man. But you're right. I could definitely see some furniture moving being had yesterday afternoon. And guess what? These next 4 years, I think there'll be plenty more moments like that, man. No, plenty more moments. But going back to Kincaid, Bills need him to really ball out. He need to do his thing. And so, hey, practice your golf game. Do what you need to do. The season will be here in no time. So we got to get him ready to go so that he can get ready to produce and get ready to get it in.
That's right. Cause darn sure I know I ain't buying his jersey, man. I don't buy jerseys anyway. So man, his jersey should be down on the list, man. Because especially when you young guy coming out, man. You don't do, and you know it's Fanatic. Just one last thing on that photo with the orange man of the Buffalo Bills. How many other teams have you seen guys taking photos with and put them on their social media pages? Have you seen any other players or group of players from the same team in photos with this guy?
No, I haven't seen a ton of them, man. We know the Eagles that said that they are not going to the White House. So I know people who don't want the photo. So no, I haven't seen too many. Have you seen a few of these photos? I mean, we seen our main man from Rochester, Bones Jones. He looked all excited. He wanted to give.
Oh, Bones Jones, man, that was embarrassing, man. That was embarrassing to the city of Rochester, man, for him to do what he did after that fight last time he fought, man. Running up there, this old master, man, this and that, man. Almost a coon show. He used to call it a coon show back in the day, man. Man, that John Bones Jones, that was horrible what he did, man. You're right, Fanatic. That was horrible, man. I forgot about that one. Thank you for reminding me about that.
I think he's the one that I know who wanted the photo. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, but hey, man, he galvanizes some people, man, and we would be remiss. It's our neighbors. It's the people who work in the grocery store. It's the people who we talk to on our morning walks. It's the people who at the local bakery. Hey, it could be someone when you drop off that Challenger. It could be that store owner. So, hey, Trump get people going, and we would be remiss to act like if there weren't people all across sports who weren't a big fan of him, and we saw some of it happening last year with the Joey Bosa, the Nick Bosas. We saw a lot of that starting to creep into sports. So it is what it is. People were all excited, man. Where different presidents were in it. I know Obama, that was a big time where folks were excited about him being the president with sports. So, hey, man, well, that train has left the station. So it is what it is. Folks are excited.
It is what it is, exactly. And it's funny, he only shook hands with a few Kansas City Chiefs during pregame warm-up of that Super Bowl, and all of those guys had subpar games that day. It was quite interesting to see that in the Super Bowl. Okay, Rabbit,
what's up? A little karma, a little Louisiana voodoo? What you trying to say? What happened?
Yeah, man. Chris Jones ran over there knocking people down to shake his hand, and Chris Jones didn't have a big game like he normally has. Some of the other defensive guys did have good performances for the Chiefs, because the Chiefs played a very good defensive game. But I just noticed they were the only people trying to run over there and shake his hand. And Chris Jones did.
Chris Jones was one of them.
Yeah. So, I said, man, Chris, you just knocking over people to shake this man's hand. Okay, Chris. Gosh, man. It didn't turn out well for the team, and I'm not surprised the Eagles aren't decided. Now, is that official, Fanatic? The Eagles decided?
Yeah, I don't think. I think that's been floated out there because the White House they want to go ahead and they don't want to make the president look like a fool, so they try and get a floating idea. Hey, if we invite you, would you come? And I think they got the idea that they wouldn't accept. So I don't think it's official, but I don't think that the White House is going to invite them to make it look like that the White House doesn't want to host them, when in fact, really they heard that the Eagles would rather not come and that they may decline the offer. And of course, that would spare the White House and that team some embarrassment by being declined. So that's where that is.
That's where that is at the moment. Well, I tell you what,
wait, Rabbit. One more thing on that. I think I remember reading this too in Louisiana at the Super Bowl when they showed the president. I read that there was a bunch of boos for him with a little bit of cheers. What did you hear? Did you when they showed him? Yeah, because you pulled us again. This ain't telling us what we think we know. Where you telling us what we heard? You ain't telling us what we heard. You tell us what we know. And the fact of Chris Jones, man, he always playoff clutch dude. He running over there, going to say hi, and he didn't play well. But what was the overall feeling? The first sitting president at a Super Bowl. Clearly, people like Chris Jones were excited, but I think the overall fans, it sounded like that they were booing the current president. Did you see or hear anything on that?
It was a downpouring of boos, especially I was where I was seated at was with the Philadelphia Eagles side of the field, and man, it was a cascade of boos. Man, they took his picture off the big screen, and that was it. And I noticed also one other footnote, too. During pregame warmups, he only stayed on the Kansas City Chiefs side of the field. He did not walk all the way down to the Philadelphia Eagles side of the field where they were warming up at doing pregame warmups. Because this was doing pregame warmups when they actually came out and had their uniforms on. So it was their final warmups with their uniform fully padded and everything, and helmets on, and going through their last minute drills and stretching and everything and getting ready. He did not pass the 50-yard line. He stayed just in the end zone down there in the Kansas City Chiefs side of the field, and it was a tremendous booing. It was a lot of booing. That it was. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. It was booing, and man, some of the stuff the Philly fans were saying before the guy. I said, "Oh man," the guy. I was sitting next to a guy from Australia, and I said he was looking nervous. I said, "Hey man, this ain't nothing, man. The game hasn't even started yet, man. They talk about get him off the screen, man. What you doing here, man?" Philly fan was warmed up 2 hours before kickoff, man. And man, some of the stuff they said in the first quarter was like, oh man.
Yeah, man. Philly fans, man, they wild, but they have high expectations, man.
They certainly do, man. Don't come up short, man. They don't want to hear about no drought, man.
Exactly. Yep. That's where it is.
Yeah. Come back with the chip, man. Or no else, man, the way they were talking. But yes, indeed. We're going to move into the next segment, talking NBA action. After we talk about our award-winning Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Health, and Life Insurance, 1038 Lyle Avenue or 511 Bean Road, Suite B. Give her a call, 585-360-0094. Give our friend of the show, Miriam Rivera, a call. If she saved me and the Radney and the whole crew, our family, some money, I guarantee you she'll save you and your family a hell of a lot of money on your insurance for your auto, home, health, and life insurance. 1038 Lyle Avenue, 511 Bean Road, Suite B. Call her, 585-360-0094. The weather's changing, so slippery and wet and damaging. Hey, they even get the claims in real quick for you. They'll get the claims taken care of for you and get it with your agency. Miriam and her staff, she's added some new employees too. Her staff is getting bigger, and they're able to get those claims in if you need a claim, because I know it's been a lot of accidents. And with those potholes, man, I've been decking and dodging these potholes. Man, they got some big craters out here on the road that they got to get to immediately, man, because they're doing some serious damage to the underbody of the automobile. So if you got a claim or something and you with her already, you know the fast and quality service that Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency gives you. Now, speaking of agency and service that they give you, how can a 40-year-old man dominate the way he can? Fanatic, this man, 40 years old, 3 straight games at 25 points and 10 rebounds. I've never in my lifetime seen any player perform at this level at the age of 40. And people need to realize what LeBron James is doing. Everybody need to eyeball this and just give this guy his flowers, give him his glory. I've never seen a man perform at the age of 40 plus years of age. He's relevant. He's like he's still one of the top players in the game. What's going on, Fanatic? How can this man do that?
Man, it is literally nothing but sheer greatness. I will say, hey, we got to keep it real, keep it a buck on the Real Deal Sports Show. Some folks are saying, hey, look what the modern day HGH will get you and help your body return and get to where it needs to get to, all this stuff that allegedly people try to put that on him. I'm not going that route. What the biggest piece, especially what I saw last night, I watched the Lakers versus Clippers Battle of LA, and I'm like, wait a minute. I just saw the Lakers the night before play the Timberwolves, and all these young cats, suckers out here, Zion down here, got his first triple-double on Thursday night. Man, they ruled that dude out so fast for playing the next day. Oh, God, he can't play 2 games in a row. They putting out all these NBA players are so pampered and so soft, man. It's just bad. It's just bad right now that these kids can't play on a back-to-back basis. And you look at the OG. You look at the old man. I'm a Kobe guy, MJ guy. Kobe first and foremost to me. Rest in peace, Black Mamba. But LeBron James deserves his flowers like no other. To see the way that he is playing, the savant that he is, the young, the sprightness, and he out there playing back-to-back games. I see folks, I feel bad. Now, this on the other side. I feel bad for Joel Embiid. Just too big, too physically big. His body can't take that up and down, pounding, jumping, stopping, traveling up in the air, 40,000 feet, man. It's just a lot that goes on. He's out for the season. And you got people like Kawhi. People were trying to say there was going to be a battle when Kawhi, he was taking over L.A., he was going to do it. Man, Kawhi looked like – I'm just glad to see Kawhi out there playing basketball. He just out there shelling himself. And so when you look at the I don't take this term lightly, That's the king, man. LeBron James, the king on the court, the king in the community, man. The king in the ultimate pantheon of saying, me and my crew, we have an idea. We can all stick together by putting our ideas together. We can build and we can build an empire together, and that they have. LeBron James, it is a beautiful sight. As a Laker fan, giving us something to be excited about with Luka. Luka look like he ain't never hit a 5-of-5 dumbbell set or bench press set in itself. He need to get on the Robert Douglas RD Long workout plan because he needs some definition. But he a big body Benz, man. That dude has been moving and kind of slithering away. Lakers got something going, man. They playing well. They got hustle guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, Jackson Hayes, Jared Vanderbilt out here playing really good Aspire ball. I was not a fan of seeing Darvin Ham be fired, African-American coach for J.J. Redick, who got no experience, but it's clearly working. J.J. Redick got him going. I would say I was laughing about it. Steve Nash was another first-time coach that got put into an NBA position off of privilege, and that did not end well. We haven't seen Steve Nash since he got fired in Brooklyn, man. He probably back in Canada, dealing with nowhere near NBA players. But J.J. Redick got it going on for the Lakers. But it ultimately starts and ends with LeBron James playing on the wing, as he says, being a receiver, doing his thing, catching the ball on those outlet passes from Luka and finishing it with a nice finger roll or a dunk. But we need to marvel and appreciate LeBron James. And I would just end it here. But LeBron, Steph, KD, we are, man, three of the greatest players. KD, to me, he the black version, or if you want to say the other way, Aaron Rodgers is the black version, is the white version of KD. KD, Aaron Rodgers, same person. I'll say that for a different rant. Them two the same type of cats, and just two different sports. But I want to go rabbit. What I'm really fantasizing about, I want to see a World All-Star game, a 3-game series, Friday night, Saturday night, maybe Sunday night. I would love to see him Team World versus Team USA. Man, I saw Cleveland and Boston. Give me my J boys, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I want to see Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley against those big monsters. That's the Greek Freak, Giannis, of course, Nikola Jokic, my man SGA. Man, the world versus USA. I would love to see that game, but the NBA is in a good spot right now. And shout out to LeBron James.
Absolutely. Good, excellent commentary on that, because LeBron James is the man making things happen, putting money in the community out there, helping out and doing off the court. But what he's doing on the court is just unreal to see him play like the way he's playing. And then some of these other guys can't get on there. But your guy down there in New Orleans, man, he's just stealing money from y'all, man. That Zion cat, man. That is his first double, triple-double of the season. And it went at the end of February. Of his career? Oh, really?
Yeah, that happened Thursday night, and they immediately ruled him out. Say, he can't play Friday. He done went out. Now I don't know. It's Zulu weekend. Maybe he's trying to get down for the Zulu ball. Maybe he down there eating at the Dookie Chase. He tried to get an early spot. But yeah. That's Zion. You're right. Stealing money without a gun. And we need to just get rid of Zion and let him just go on his merry way, because he ain't even box office like that anymore either.
No, I forgot he was still with him until I saw that the other night. I said, man, this guy, and they said the first of his career. I thought it was first of the season, man. Oh my gosh, man, they need to trade him somewhere where they don't have good restaurants, man. Because he's still throwing down there in New Orleans. He probably was at the Zulu Ball last night. That's probably where he was hanging out. He already had reservations or something, and didn't. And just let the team know he wouldn't be available the next night, man. And then you got a man 40 years old. Almost done played, 3 out of 4 games? They played on what? The Lakers Tuesday, then they played Thursday, Friday, and then they're going to play again on Sunday. And this man done played in all 3 games, 25 points in each game, minimum 10 rebounds. That's man, come on. They put these young boys, they need to be shaming themselves.
They need Brad, man, hey, you are an executive level. What would you have to say? What do you think Adam Silver needs to say? Because we down for player empowerment, but my God, some of these rules, how would you, if Adam Silver called you up, hey, Rad, man, what you think we should do to help these young boys play? Because LeBron can't be doing this, and these young boys can't. What are some strategies would you say to help Adam Silver out?
if I'm Adam Silver, I meet with the general managers of each team, have a meeting with those guys and say, look, man, I'm sick of this, man. They're ruining the league. Let's do like they did your boy Luka. The dude they'll show up out of shape. And, man, last night, man, he don't move his feet, man. The guy was running right by him. I'm like, come on, man. That's going to hurt the Lakers in the playoffs, man. If you better, because that man can't cover me, man. I don't think he looked like somebody from The Wire on defense. He looked like somebody, excuse me, they ain't advertising with us, but someone from one of these rec league arenas or somewhere that play pickup basketball. That's what he looked like, man. I mean, the guy was dribbling right by him. He didn't have no answer for the guy that he was supposed to cover. If I'm Adam Silver, I tell him, general managers, these guys can't get a max contract. Do just what Dallas did. Trade him away so that he can't make the most money he possibly can make. You hurt these guys in their pocket. You hurt them in their pocketbook. If you're not gonna play, if you're Zion, hey man, we finding you every time you come in here. Like that's what they do in the NFL. You get fined if you show up to mini camp or OTAs and you show up and you're not at the weight that they discussed. Like when the players left after the playoff game or after the regular season in the National Football League, on that very next day, that Monday morning, they meet with every single player, go over their sheet, give them their paperwork, and say, this is what we want you. We want you coming in at 225 next year. When you come into OTAs, you got to be at 225 pounds. We want you to do these type of exercises, be on this type of food diet, or whatever the plan is for each player. Each player has a personalized plan from their National Football League team. So that's why you see guys show up and they say they're being fined or they're not allowing them to practice, is because they did not come back and live up to what was agreed upon when they left at the end of the previous football season. And you show up out of shape, they don't allow you to practice. I mean, they'll work you out. And you say, hey, you got to go over here on the track and run. They'll work help you lose the weight or whatever the situation may be. And they're hitting you in your pocketbook. You lose the money at the same. And that's what they got to do with the NBA players. Just take the money out of their pocket. Man, you ain't coming here in shape. You don't want to play. Now you're talking about your knee hurt, your back. Okay, man, cool. But you're not getting paid. You here, but you're not getting that salary. They got to do that because that's what they did to Luka. They're trying to wake him up, and you can see that he's not used to being on a diet or nothing, man. Because he ain't got no definition, man. He just like I said, he looked like a rec league player, man. He
definitely like a rec league player.
Look like a rec league player, man. Who is this cat on the court with all these other guys that's running fast and then he don't move his feet? And he's clutching and grabbing and cussing at the referee. Come on, man. Who is this dude, man? If you don't watch basketball and you turn it on and watch him, even with the Lakers, last night who's the white guy that's out here holding and grabbing and clutching and grabbing? He looked like somebody from the rec league that we see on Saturday morning when we do our pickup games, when we play in our intramural leagues and stuff, man.
Yeah. Now I will say, to his credit though, and then on offense, that's where he looked like a savant. Because he ain't fast, but he can just get just a little step ahead, and then he uses his body really well to like seal off that defender. And LeBron hit him right in stride, and next you know he catching, he can dunk it. But yeah, on defense, it look everybody's in playing on level 10 speed. Luka looked like he back on level 5 speed, man. It looked like he got some trouble with that, man. Yeah, Luka. But it's gonna be interesting. The NBA is exciting right now. And hey, it's some good young talent. OKC, Houston, the Lakers, the West, Ja Morant. This is a redemption year for him. Crazy, Ja Morant and Zion came out the same year. They were close, and so man, it's a lot. Then the East, shout out to Cleveland. Outside, opposite end of Lake Erie and Buffalo. So always got a kinship to Cleveland. So, but I know we got our guest, man. My man. I had to make sure I had to come see my guy this morning, man. This is that man. Hold on, Radman. Go ahead, do the read. Let me introduce my guy, Kenesha's finest, soon to be a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna write a letter on his behalf. My guy here momentarily. Go ahead. You're gonna be joining Jared Bell on the Hall of Fame list coming up pretty soon of sports writers for sure. But before that, this next segment is brought to you by the Advantage Federal Credit Union Youth Month. Throughout the month of February, we just ended February. I hope you had a chance. They matched your first deposit at $20 when you open a new youth savings account. The offer is good February 1st, 2025 through February 28th, 2025, which was yesterday. So we hope you get a chance to open up that youth account with the Advantage Federal Credit Union because February was Youth Month.
And also they got free checking accounts for the young people as well. So if you took advantage of it, amen, because they added $20 to you. Even if you just put $100 to open their account, that means you have $120 the very next day after you open their account. So congratulations to all the people that hopefully took advantage of the Advantage Federal Credit Union Youth Month promotion. And go ahead, Fanatic. Who's our next guest?
Hey, man, this is somebody who hustles like no other, man. This man is at every game and feel like you think he got a twin brother. I know he does have a brother, but hey, this man is hustling, going to all these different games on the high school section, Section 5, originally from the town, as I know they like to call it, originally from Buffalo, New York, living in the Rock now, doing his thing for the DNC, Canisius College, finest graduate. You talk about intramurals, Rad, man. Don't let them fool you. Don't let those glasses fool you. My man had a jump shot, man.
Oh, yeah?
Don't leave Quelly Quell in that corner. He gonna always hit that game-winning shot. You be looking like, dang. Usually I'm yelling at D. Ferg last week, like, dog, that's your man. How you leave him open on game point? He do that, man. Anyway, my man Marquel Slaughter. What up, my brother? Man, good to see you, baby.
What's good? I wasn't expecting to see you here, Julian. That's dope, man. My man.
Hey, I heard you was on there. I had to get up a little early Central Standard Time for my guy because I really am. I want to make sure you heard it from me, not through the Rad, man. Hey, I really am proud of the work that you're doing to cover these sports, man, and get this information out to the people. You're doing a phenomenal job. And as an alum of Canisius, man, super proud of you. And I can't wait to get you a Wall of Fame plaque somewhere by the Montante Cultural Center or by Dugan Hall, wherever it is.
Dugan Hall
for Marquel somewhere. Old Maine, wherever we need to have it. Sababu by Alana. Hey, we put it over there.
Oh yeah, mama, I heard that name in a minute. Sababu, yeah, man. Now you doing your thing down there in New Orleans too, man. God, I ask about you all the time when I see Jordan, man. How y'all doing?
Welcome to Real Deal Sports Show. Let us know what's going on with the Section 5 sectional basketball playoffs.
Well, we still a tad early because we have a lot of first round games, but the quarterfinals just started last night, and most of the big schools are going to play their quarterfinals today. It's a nice little slate of games today that's going to determine semifinals for Monday and Tuesday. But so we're about a round and a half through. A lot of the small schools played, and the quarterfinals began yesterday. So a couple buzzer beaters, a few upsets, not anything really, really huge happened yet. Like last night, a big one was Batavia beat Sutherland with a 3-pointer in the last couple seconds.
Wow.
Who else? We had I was at personally Wheatland Shiloh. They played Arkport Canaseraga. That was a small school, old town small school basketball game. It was 50-36 was the final, and the Arkport lost. They barely scored 30. They had 29 points with 2 minutes left. So that was an old school, small school basketball game for you. And then there's teams like East. They played yesterday. I didn't have any plans to go see them boys because they're going to win by 30, 40 at this round. East High does that all the time. And some more city schools play today, like Monroe. I'm excited to see what they can do against Spencerport. But yeah, we're right in the thick of it, man. It's a nice slate of quarterfinal games today that's really, really going to determine how big the semifinals are Monday and Tuesday.
I see Aquinas defeated Franklin last night. I thought Franklin would have gave them a much better game. What happened with that? That Franklin squad? What? They just a young squad?
Yeah, they lost everybody. I didn't even go see them this year because I knew they had some twin brothers. One of them was he was a legit AGR Player of the Year candidate, and they lost most of their starters. Man, they have one kid back, Isaiah Carruthers, and he can hoop, but I haven't seen him at all this year to know what happened, but besides the fact that they lost all of their guys, man, they almost made a historic run. Well, they did make a historic run last year to the final, and I know they wanted to win that brick. It would have been about 20-something years, but they lost to a UPrep team who actually lost last week or last night. The reigning AAA champ, UPrep, they lost. They lost to McQuaid by 4 points. But UPrep, they didn't have their best player. He's a sophomore, Gavin White. He does it all, man. He's a football star, basketball, track star. He's a phenomenal athlete. I'm not sure when he got hurt. He must have got hurt during practice because they haven't played in about a week. But,
wow!
I wrote a big story on him on UPrep. Him and point guard Javion Simpson, how they're two of the better defenders in the Section 5, and that was a tough loss for them to play without him because they only lost by 4 points. If he would have played, that he could have been the difference. He's just as good on offense as he is on defense.
Absolutely. So who do you think is favored right now going into the quarterfinals? I know it's still early with upset, but who do you see making it to the big house for the championship games?
Well, in A, I'd be surprised if it's not East Ty and Wayne again.
Okay. Wow.
That was a final last year.
Yes.
And Wayne ended up beating them. That was a nice low-scoring game.
It sure was. I was at that. We were at that game together talking. Yes.
Wayne. They lost everybody out their starting lineup, but the AGR Player of the Year, Cam Blankenberg, but he's good enough to beat anybody on any given day. And I should say they reloaded with their starting lineup is pretty good. I actually think I don't think they have a second best player as good as their second best player last year. Mm-hmm. But top to bottom, their starting lineup is very impressive. They got shooters, they got ball handlers. They're pretty legit. And then East High, they basically brung. I think they only lost one starter. And, but including him, they've gained another kid or two. They got at least two kids that were not on the team last year that's playing really big minutes. But you got the usual guys, Keyshawn Leonard, Zion Parson, and Micah Johnson Breedlove. And then Markel Kingston Johnson is the fourth starter that came back. If Easton and Wayne aren't in the final, I'd be surprised. AAA, it looks like it's going to be Rush and Fairport. They got to play their semifinal games, but those been the teams to beat all year. Rush has
Calvin Betts, right?
Calvin he's our age, so exactly. you would know it,
Calvin, hey, that's a dude. I never seen a dude. I was in the gym with him and this dude Sharon Fisher. You remember Sharon? He played at Niagara when we was in college at 07.
Okay.
He led the league in scoring. I ain't never seen two dudes just big, just strong. I like these football dudes playing basketball. And I said, no, they actually play ball. Calvin Betts, yeah. Hey,
Calvin,
I wasn't jumping for that. Hey, you got that. I'm running back.
Calvin, he got them boys working. They were like 500-ish last year, and now they only lost 2 games. One of them was to they lost 2. One of them was to Greece Athena. The other one was to Jamestown from Section 6. And they've
Nick Sirianni's alma mater.
Fairport, actually, they've had them by about 20 points in both times they played them, but they blew the lead both times. So, if they play a third time, it's even though Rush beat them twice, Rush has been the most impressive team to me, but they're definitely flawed. They can be beat if somebody can just hold on to the lead like Greece Athena did against.
Wait, Marco, real quick on that. Is Coach Finch? Is Scott Finch still the coach at
Yeah, Scott Fitch is still coaching Fairport boys. Yeah, he's going to be the coach for the U17 USA men's basketball team too this year. The head coach. Wow. Yeah, wow. He's been an assistant for a few years, and anybody that's came in the league the last 5-6 years from America have basically played under Coach Fitch. He's seen everybody, all the young boys the last 5-6 years. But
wow, and Marco, to be clear, you talking USA, you talking about on a national level. So we got a coach. I remember when Coach Finch was coaching in Rochester, and he was like the young coach in Fairport. Nah, this dude is. I mean, coaching in Fairport, but he coaching on a national
Yeah.
Levels. Is Coach Fitch right there in Rochester?
Yeah, he's coached the best of the best that's in the league now, and he's everybody knows Isaiah Stewart, but it goes way beyond that. He's seen Scotty Barnes, Jalen Green. He's coached all of them boys. That's since COVID. If you've gotten in the league since then, he's coached you.
Wow. Really? Wow. And that's amazing. And that's right here from Rochester, Coach Fitch.
Yeah, I've wrote about him a few times. It's been very cool. I had to fight him to write the story. He didn't really want to talk about himself, but I got him to do it, man.
No, that's that Marquell charm. Yep.
Well, Marquell, let people know how they can get in contact with you, and we're gonna get back with you after as they get closer to championship rounds. Have you back on again, of course, giving us an update. How can people follow you?
Yeah, at Marquell Sports, MARQUEL Sports. Twitter is cool, but a lot of my work is on Instagram with interviews and highlights and stuff. I was at bowling yesterday. I've covered bowling my whole career, so I love doing that. And the finals, Blue Cross, they're from next Friday and Saturday, man. Friday night is going to be all the C1, C2, C3 games, and then Saturday is everybody else from D up to AAA. That's the big boys will play later in the day. I think that's what everybody will want to see. The Blue Cross is Friday and Saturday. Monday and Tuesday semis will determine who goes up there. And pretty cool atmosphere. If you miss any games, I don't think you want to miss any other Blue Cross games.
Excellent. So March Madness is starting with a bang. Today's March 1st. Next Monday, Tuesday, but next Friday, Saturday, March 7th and 8th at Blue Cross Arena. We know you're going to be there, Marquell, giving us the lowdown. And hopefully next Saturday you'll come in and get a chance to give us a quick update of who's going to be playing Saturday night, next Saturday, March 8th at the Big House, Blue Cross Arena. Thank you for coming on Real Deal Sports Show as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. God bless.
God bless you, man. Have a great week.
And watch them potholes in the rock, man. Don't let them tear up your car, man.
Don't let almost let me up last night. Oh, especially at night, man. Be careful, Marquell, because there's some big ones out there.
It's bad out here. It's bad. You right about that, man.
Appreciate you, my brother, man. Hey, and we'll make sure we'll make sure to get that. I'll text you to make sure, or if you text me that IG handle, we'll make sure to add that to the Marquell Sports one on here. We got you. Appreciate you.
Take care. Fanatic, LSU basketball. What's going on with the coach and your team there? Man, the women having a lot of trouble this season.
No, it ain't a lot of trouble. I mean, you lose Angel Reese. You're trying to figure out, is it Flo J? She in a new relationship with a football player here at LSU. Michaela Williams, Anissa Morrow doing their thing. Michaela Williams with a highly touted freshman. So now just trying to figure out who's the go-to player. It was a tough loss in overtime. Some calls didn't go their way. They lost to Alabama, but LSU's lost to some top team. They lost to Alabama, lost at Texas, and then they lost to South Carolina. 3 losses all year. They're not the number one team in the nation for a reason, but they should be a number 2 seed. We have our own Baton Rouge. We got our Baton Rouge area for the tournament this year. So it's gonna be we obviously won't play in that, but women will be all right. But they're good. Women's basketball is fire though. Everybody watch the game. These women are balling. UConn, USC, UCLA, big. You want to see a good post player? It's a beautiful thing, and they're still perfect. Women's basketball is where it's at. The tournament, can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great tournament coming. I can't wait for the women's tournament. Our regular on the show, Chris Gardner, he's either going to be at the women's Final Four or the men's Final Four. I saw Texas a couple of times on Super Bowl Sunday as I was getting ready to head out the hotel to head over to the stadium for the Super Bowl. Texas was on playing. I believe that was South Carolina. And Texas ended up winning that one. And then they were on the following Sunday again. And that was last Sunday, and they barely won that game at home. Texas is going to be tough. I like USC. USC, they went all the way up east and whipped up everybody on the East Coast and then came back home. USC is battle tested. So the women's bracket to me is wide open. It should be an excellent tournament coming up in the next couple of weeks. So here we start March 1st. We marching forward into the tournament action. Major League Baseball started. With spring training games, the Dodgers just, man, anybody they roll out the bullpen is just a big time. I said, man, I know all these cats. Where they get all these? The Dodgers just loaded,
man. I know we can go all night. we running out of time.
Thank you, BacSpin. I was wondering where you were. I said, what
we up against it, bro. We up against it.
BacSpin, you the man, baby. I can't wait for the
Appreciate
league
y'all,
again.
man. Real Deal Sports Show, Fanatic, Radman,
Thank you,
J-GILLZ
BacSpin. We're going to catch you next week.
You already know, man. Y'all keep it where you need it. That's the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5 every Saturday morning. Keep it right here, Rock City. Coming up is the Back in Time Mix Show on the way.
Yeah.